Welcome to Life in Calgary, Alberta. I'm Patrick Murray, and today we're going to talk about the latest and greatest real estate stats as of the end of March 2025. But before we do that, if this is your first time in this channel and you want to know everything there is about what it's like to eat, sleep, breathe, live, and play in Calgary, Alberta, then please just hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you get notified every single time I release a new video. Now, I lived in several major centers in my life, but I settled in Calgary way back in 2001. And not only that, I've been a realtor here since 2010. And all this means I have some specialized knowledge about the city of Calgary and the surrounding bedroom communities. So if you are considering a move to the city of Calgary or one of the bedroom communities, or you're considering selling your home and would like some assistance, please feel free to reach out to me, send me a text, email, or a phone call. I will absolutely get back to you. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's talk about what's happening in the Calgary real estate market right after this.
Right, so let's jump into things right now. Now, if you've been following along and watching from month to month and checking out the stats that I show every month, you're going to notice this is quite a bit different than what I've been showing you because I usually break it down into each product type and show you a lot more data, which takes around 35 minutes when I do each one. So I'm doing something a little bit different this month. It's going to go a lot faster, and I appreciate your comments. Let me know if you watch these from month to month, if you prefer what I'm doing here or if you prefer what I was doing before, because whatever is preferred is what I will do because I am here to serve. So let's move into things here. So I always preface my market stats from month to month by letting you know that we're talking about benchmark pricing as opposed to median or average pricing. Again, that median and average pricing, that data can be skewed from month to month. So for example, say there were an unusual amount of very high-end sales in a month, $2 million, $3 million sales in a month, that could skew the data. Vice versa, there could be an unusual amount of lower price sales a month. Say a lot of one-bedroom condos for whatever reason sold in a month. That could skew the data. So by looking at benchmark pricing, we're looking at a far more stable way of approaching pricing from month to month. And what it does is that the board looks at each community, each neighborhood, and looks at what the average detached home, semi-detached home, row home, and apartment would sell for in each neighborhood, and puts together data as to what that would look like. And then it filters that and puts it into each neighborhood, each community, each sector of the city, and finally for the whole of the city, again for each product type. So let's jump into things here. First off, you're going to see these dials at the top here, and then you're going to see the detached, the semi-detached, the row, and the apartment sector. And we have something called listing absorption rates. Then you can see that they're all pointing at something called balanced market conditions. Now, you're going to notice that three of them are pointing to just barely balanced market conditions, and the other one is very close to buyer's market conditions in the apartment sector. It's important to note that this changes from community to community, from price point to price point, and product type to product type. This is an overall picture of each of these sectors for the entire city. So depending where you're looking, chat with your realtor to get a better idea. Not all realtors have these kinds of charts and data that they can share. I certainly do. So if it's something you're looking to explore, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to send them to you and talk about the neighborhoods you're interested in. So if we look at the detached sector here, you see sitting at 47%. Let's jump down this column all the way down to the third row where it says actives and sold listings. You can see there's 2,205 active listings for sale last month, with 1,035 of them, or 47% of them, being sold. And that's how we get that 47% listing absorption rate. Now, if we look at the benchmark price here, sitting at $769,800. Guys, a detached home in Calgary is almost $770,000. That's up 1.22% from last month, and year over year, it's up 4.11% from March of last year. So even now in the media, you'll be hearing things about, sales are way down in Calgary. Okay, keep in mind, we've had record-setting years for the past 4 years, like incredible amount of real estate been trading hands, and because there's haven't been enough properties for sale. There's been a frenzy. People are trying to get in their competition. The market's been very tight. So yes, this is a different year from that. There's the threat of tariffs going on, and as of the filming of this, tariffs have occurred. Okay, so they are happening now, and and you can see here that if we look at this, prices are still going up. So even though sales are down, there is still demand. Okay. Yes, sales are down, but prices are still increasing. So, you know, the media likes to sensationalize things. Sales are down. Sales are down. Everyone thinks, oh, prices are falling. Prices are falling. That's not what that means. Sales are down. The amount of listings trading hands are down right now. And that just has to do with consumer confidence until we get to the new normal, what's happening with the tariffs. But the prices are still increasing. So again, month over month, prices up 1.22% in the detached sector, and year over year still up 4.11%. Average days on market here sitting at 27 days. Let's look at the semi-detached sector here, sitting at 45% listing absorption rate. Let's jump down to that active and sold listings. There were 413 actives with 184 of them, or 45% of those being sold. Now, the benchmark price for a semi-detached home, which is like a duplex, if you will, is sitting at $691,900 in Calgary. That's up 1.23% from last month, and year over year, it's up 5.12% in March. Now, you may be asking, oh my goodness, how much is a bungalow in Calgary? Or not a bungalow, I mean a duplex in Calgary, one side of a duplex. Well, keep in mind, in the inner city specifically, in particular, I would say we have a lot of these larger lots that are being broken into two, and they're building these beautiful semi-detached homes. They are luxury properties. One side is bigger than the existing home that may have been on the lot before, and they're expensive, right? So that's what's driving the market. So it takes into account the older, 1950s duplex, all the way to the brand new stuff that is luxury and gorgeous. That's where we're getting to $691,900. Now, the days on market here on average 28 days. So similar to the detached sector, 27, 28 days. And if we look at the property type for row housing, which is townhouses, the listing absorption just into that balanced territory, sitting at 48%, jumping down to two spots here to the actives and sold listings. Let's look at that first. 826 actives in March, with 400 of those being sold, or 48%. Hence that listing absorption rate. And if we look at the benchmark price here, sitting at 454,000 month over month, this is up 1.61% from last month, and year over year up 2.11% from March of 2024, with the average days in market sitting at 27 days. And now we'll look at the apartment condominium sector for something a little bit different. That listing absorption rate sitting at 32%. Let's jump down to the actives and sold listings. 1,710 actives with 540 of them, or 32% being sold last month. That's where that listing absorption rate is. Again, will differ from community to community, and the price point to price point, but you can see, some of them are going to be in buyer's market and some of them are going to be in that balanced territory. Now, I remember just like a year and a half, 2 years ago, showing property to clients where I had some clients and we wrote 12 offers between the clients that I was showing houses to before I got one accepted, because we were competing on every single property and the prices were being driven up, up, up. And some of these clients, unfortunately, got priced out of the market because it was so hot at that time. Not the case anymore. So if you are considering selling your property or buying a property, please feel free to reach out to me. Depending what community you're in, I can share the market stats here for each sector of the community as to what you're looking to buy. And average days on market here sitting at 36 days on market on average. Guys, that's the market stats for last month. Tariffs, yes, they have come into effect. The Calgary Real Estate Board at the CREB forecast gave 3 scenarios for their prediction for 2025. One was no tariffs. And let me tell you, it was clear sailing. It's going to be a banner year. The other one was 10% across the board. And there was still going to be growth happening. And the other was 20% tariffs across the board, which was going to hurt, and it was going to, we thought we might remain stagnant, if not even retract a little bit price wise. Well, what's occurred right now so far, according to Mr. Trump, anyways, what he's said about Canada is anything under the Kuzma deal, the Canada, United States, Mexico deal will be honored. No tariffs on that. Of course, we are still hit with tariffs. We are getting the best of a raw deal in comparison to everybody else, I would say. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, the auto sector, for example, steel and aluminum, uh, lumber, these things still hurt, right? Energy, these things still hurt. However, we are seeing that we're getting away a little bit better than predicted. And the thought process is we're still going to see growth in 2025. Again, if you're thinking of buying or selling, let's get together and chat about further so I can help you understand the market. Thanks for coming, guys.
As I said earlier, if you are considering a move to the city of Calgary or one of the bedroom communities and you would like some assistance to purchase a home or you want assistance to sell a home, please feel free to reach out to me, send me a text, email, or phone call. I will absolutely get back to you so you can live your life in Calgary, Alberta.